morning, everybody. It is Saturday and we are on day 3 of our Pearl Show. Super exciting because Saturday is silver and blue pearls. Why am I excited? Because we've never done it where we kind of broke up a trunk show into parts and pieces. And it's so nice because we get to focus on what we're talking about. So today is blue and silver. And we paired these because blue and silver are restful, peaceful, and calming. And it's really interesting because, and I'll talk more about the color blue as we move into the show, but it is interesting because when you pair it with the introspection of silver, the yin of all the metals, I think you can make something that feels very much in tide with nature, with the sun, like a sunny day under a blue sky, or about jumping into the ocean. So let's get started. And before I start, I just wanted to show you my earrings. I quickly put them on because, well, I just made them right now when the show started because I wanted to feature blue pearls. Blue pearls are one of my favorites because of the way they fade. Now, you would never think that fading is a bonus, but on blue pearls, it is. So when we get through to the middle of the show, I'm going to show you these blue pearls and what happens when they fade a little. They look good. You know, like jeans when they're first new and they're like that dark blue. It is nice, but then they start fading and kind of get that broken in color. Well, that's what happens. I'll show you. I'll talk about them in just a moment. Let me show you the pearls first. So we have in this show, it is going to be the gray to silver to blue. So we pick the ones that kind of look the most with the blues. Now, we do have another show that's going to be golden browns. We have another show that's the oranges. You can watch any of these in replay. We will have all of these at trunk show prices for 2 weeks. So if you are going to watch the replay and you want to get something, make sure it's before, the second week of July. And if you don't need anything, well, no worries. Just watch it and get all the information because every show has something different. Now, in terms of the pricing, they kind of range. I think in the show they started at I think 13 to about 80. And so there is all different prices I'm going to show you today. I think there is about 11. So the first one is a semi-round, and this is SCSP 380. If you want to buy anything in this show, you're going to type sold space. Don't type space, just sold space and the item number. So in this case, you would type sold space SCSP 380. And if you've been with me for a couple shows, you know SCSP means showcase special. So just remember, you got like, what was that? What was she kept saying? Showcase special, SCSP 380. So this beauty right here has blues, greens, purples. Oh, this one is lovely and gorgeous. I wonder if you can see all the colors. I think you can. This reminds me of like almost like a Mardi Gras of colors. So it has like a bronze, green, like all the metallics. It's lovely. The size on this one is about 5 to 5.5 millimeter. It's running at $40 on special, and you get 16 inches. 16 inches is enough to do 2 bracelets, 2 8-inch bracelets. Well, 15 and a half, but you add the clasp, you'll get enough. Isn't that nice? So I'm going to take off my bracelet because if I learned something recently about camera work is that it likes to pick up the most contrasty item in the show. So it was going to fight me so that, or maybe it not, maybe it liked it, my bracelet, and it was going to look at it. So here is SCSP 380. Lovely, delicious, probably the most colorful ones in this show. Now the next one is SCSP 348. It's a little bit tinier. Imagine if you got an M&M, squashed it, it spread a little, and then you can see all the colors. So there's like some grays, some blues, some purples, bronze, copper, super pretty. These are $13 and they're cute. They're cute and tiny. I'll put one on my wrist so you can see. Just one. Very tiny and very sweet. So that was the SCSP 348. Tiny baby nuggets. Now, one of my favorites is rice, not just because I love to eat it, but I love this shape. The rice pearl. Let me see if I should move some of these so you could get a little focus on here. Ah, look at that. That's nice. Is SCSP 379. 379. It is a nice size, very dainty, nice and slim. A nice slim little rice. SCSP 379, $20. And look at the colors. Again, it has the purples, the greens, the blues, and the grays. I love the ones that look like they have all that peacock coloring on it. Okay, so those are like the three darkest ones in this show. Now I'm going to show you the grays. And then we'll move into the blues. So the first of the grays is 346, SCSP 346. This is a silvery gray. It's $13. And this also has, this one is really cute. This reminds me of check glass, really, really tiny rounds. It's a small little nugget, but the shape is so sweet. It looks like little baby M&Ms too.
It does.
Well, of course, if you stepped and squashed them. Very, very sweet. I'm going to slow down because I know when you're looking at pearls, it is a luxurious experience that you really want to enjoy. Here comes the rice in the gray. This is SCSP 367. SCSP 367. So again, this one actually has a really taupe silver color in it. And I love when there's like a taupey color because then you can really match this with the ivories, the creams, the smoky quartz colors. So this is a rice SCSP 367, $26. Look how lustrous these are too and smooth. And the last of my lighter grays, it is a SCSP 385. These are $28. And here we go. Now, the silvery gray colors are easy to work with because if you're wondering what matches it, silver matches it. It's so easy to put silver spacers with it, silver rounds. If there's one that you're like, oh, Jamie, I want to see what it looks like with a silver bead, you can just text us. If you text us, I'm happy to cut your strand and string it with something. So if you're like, I want one sterling silver focal, because I find that when you're stringing, you put one really cute focal with it, it really adds to that show. I'm going to bring out some silver beads to show you at the end, and I'll pair them once I'm done with all the pearls. Okay, so that was the grays, and I have 3 blues. So we did the peacock colors. Then we did the grays. And now we're going to do 3 blues. What a simple and fun show. I want to show you my earrings. I have an idea of an earring that I want to make together with you guys in our earring masterclass. Okay, from the top, I have SCSP 354. It is a baby blue. It really looks, have you ever seen blue cotton candy? This is what blue cotton candy looks like, SCSP 354. It's a light blue nugget. So while these look more like smashed M&Ms, little baby M&Ms, this definitely has a more potato-y, nuggety shape. It's got a fuller body. It's got more nacre around it. So it's got a nice little thickness and weight to it and a sweet, sweet color. So if you like pastels, you might like this a lot.
I like it a lot.
So that is SCSP 354. Again, we have this trunk show until the first or second week of July, depending on I think some of these might run out though. So if you find something in the show, remember you just type in your comment area, sold space SCSP 354 or whatever the number is. This one's 391. And you will get it into your messenger cart and you can check out. This is my absolute favorite. This is the one I was like, oh, should I take mine before we do the show? But I didn't take it. So This is my absolute favorite, SCSP 391. I'm going to call this color Mermaid.
That's a good number. Number. Good
name.
Color.
It's got aqua. It's got a little bit of some green and purple, and it's got a gorgeous hole size. What do you want to do with this? I'm going to take 18 gauge wire and do eye pins. This one is so nice. SCSP 391. It is beautiful. It's metallic. Of every pearl in this whole show, this is the one that I was like, And as you can tell, I love metallics. These are Tahitian. And look how nice that looks like with that. Yeah, I like it. And then I have these. These are so, okay, this is what I want to talk to you about. SCSP 392. Don't be afraid. The pearls that are dyed, they're fun because you can get that washed out look. Unfortunately, you got to wait just a little bit. It's not going to look washed out from the start. Shelby, can you bring me gem 530? Because I'm going to show them what's going to happen. Oh, 520? Okay. So in my hand, I have a pearl that we've had for years. I love it. If you want some, I will give you the number. So the pearl here, 392, this blue one, if you want to split it with somebody, let us know. It's $48 for the full strand, but look how nice and chunky these are. But here's the mystery part. The mystery is, what is it going to look like? So here's my example. These have been in a bag, right? And were never touched, these. Now, let me take off my earring because this is what I made my earring with. After it went on our wall, that intense blue is like hogging the camera. Look what happens. Look what happens. After it must have been when we had a store that was had a window that was near the sun. So look at the difference. It's going to fade. And I love when it fades. I was like, oh, should we put all the pearls out there? So that it could. So this is, if you like this blue one, they're so old, Gem 520. Gem 520 is really old. We don't have any more. We can't get more. But look at that aqua color. Gem 520 is $30. This one is not in the trunk show, but I had to show you because, Jason, I love it when the pearls fade. Remember that blue denim earring that I made with the blue cornflake pearls? And then I tumbled it, and then the color came off.
It almost looked like that whitewash.
It was so nice.
So if you guys are familiar with wood whitewash, it had that wood whitewash kind of look. So Jamie's showing you this. Look at that. It's kind of funky.
Yep. So if you want a pearl that nobody else has, you can control how light it will get. If you live in Hawaii and you're like, oh, well, maybe if you live in a state that doesn't have enough sun, tell me and I'll put it outside in my yard for you till it gets lighter, and then I can ship it to you. Beautiful. So the benefit of getting pearls and lightening them, you can only do that with the dyed pearls, right? Because the non-dyed pearls are not going to change. They just are that color. So your Tahitian pearls, no, your Tahitian pearls are not going to get lighter. Which that's a good thing. So I made these earrings, right? Shelby was setting up the show. I was like, oh, I'm going to make my earrings. And I was saying how nice blue goes with silver. Now, blue, you might have heard, oh, the blue light from your computer, it's going to keep you up and it doesn't make it restful. Well, yes, blue light from a computer is different than blue light that's natural. Blue light that's natural, in sunshine, has a really beautiful effect on us of being peaceful, calming. It's very serene. So a lot of times they'll use it on doctors' offices. And I was reading up on this, and it's because we tend to associate it with probably the sky, the ocean, and the things that make us feel restful and calm. So that is the blue pearls. I'm going to work backwards, telling you the numbers, and then I'm going to show you some silver that I thought looked cute with it at the same time, okay? So this big blue one, $392, the big blue.
Oh, gosh.
Intense, right?
Yeah.
So I thought this would be cute with it. This is M489. Now, M489 is a rondelle. And you wouldn't need more than one. I was thinking just one. If you did a bracelet and then you put that as your center focal, isn't that kind of cool? So M1489 is steel, stainless steel, and it has CZs studding it. Right there.
It's very cool.
It has like a 20 gauge hole, but it is concave. Look at that. So it will cup whatever you want to put it in between. I like the look of this. I don't know that I would use a lot, but definitely just even one on your whole bracelet would be pretty awesome. Okay, so that is the CZ Rondelle. Silver again for the yin energy, the soft, cooling feel of silver, going with the ocean blues. Oh yeah. This is another favorite of mine. This is the M1489. M1489 has a pretty nice size hole. You can get a 20 gauge wire in there, and it's sterling silver. And I wanted to show you these. I don't think we've never shown this in a show, but if you wanted to use this with whatever you're making, it's like a saucer look. So it's not a plain round. So if you want to put that in between any of these beads, so maybe string like 5 little pearls and then you put one of the saucers, 5 little pearls, it is really nice. M1489. Now, this pearl that I was like just showing it to you with, the $20 one, is SCSP 354. And I'll put them on the side as they have their goodbyes to you. SCSP 354 paired with the M1489 sterling silver saucer. Really nice. Now, if you're going to do tiny pearls, I also like the bright silvers. So you know how like there's antique silver and bright silver? With pastels, I generally put the shinier, whiter silver beads. This is a silver plated mini donut. It's so practical. I promise you can use it with anything. The M1711. That looks good with just about anything. It is thick. So we have one that's like flat like a coin. This one has a little bit of thickness to the side. So when you're stringing it, it feels like you have like you're not like a full-on chubby donut, not like a malasada, but more like what is a flat donut, Shelby? A donut that you squished just a little bit, like you pressed it down just a little. So it's still got some body to it, but it's not super puffy.
Like a week old bagel.
Oh, yes. This is like a week old bagel. So that's M1711, silver plated, and I think it's just so handy to use. They're not going to be doing silver plating anymore because it got too expensive. So, oh, no, excuse me, the rhodium plated. So I think these are turning to, it will be silver plated for a while more because we have them, but I love these M1711s. Now, if you don't want to worry about plating, you can get sterling M804. These are tiny. They're 2.1 millimeter and they're square. So why do I like these? Because sometimes a round just doesn't cut it. Okay, so hold on. When would you want a square one? Maybe, oh yeah, here. I'm going to show it to you with SCSP 346, the flat squishy M&Ms. These are $13. If you wanted to put something with this, let me just get this to focus. There. If you want to put something in between each one, but sometimes the rounds, you've seen them, you've used them so many times that you want something a little bit different. Then you might want to try this little square. Shelby girl, could you please string this on this piece of wire for me? And I'm going to hold it up to the camera, maybe like 3 of them. So I'm going to show you how cute those little soft squares are. Again, if you like these squishy M&Ms, SCSP 346.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. And here are the squares. Oh. There. Right there. So it has a little bit more flavor than our plain old round. So you get 10 pieces for $2. This is a staple. I love it.
What's that number again?
This one, M804. Okay, move this to the side. Say goodbye to this one. My favorites, SCSP 391 with a little bit larger hole. And then let me tell you what to do when you have something with a larger hole and you don't know what to do. You take something with a smaller hole so it stops swimming. So not necessarily, oh, that would be kind of cute in between it, look. So this is a 6 millimeter, I think it's 6 millimeters,
What's that?
this disc.
7 or 8.
Maybe
Okay.
7.
Here.
I'm going to measure it. I did not write down the size of this particular one. But in between, if you want a simple, semi-flat but beveled edge spacer, 8 millimeter, you can put it as a stabilizer. If your spacer has a small hole, it's a good thing because then your string won't swim. So here is your bead hole, here's your thin string, and then everything swims side to side like this, and it looks kind of like jaggedy. So if you want to even things out, put a spacer that has a small hole, and then you will be like, that looks much better. So that was M645, M645. What else do I have?
I don't know.
I know there's so many things. Oh, this one I was just going to show because I don't have that much left. So I was like, in case somebody likes it, M291. It is an antique pewter color. It's big hole. It doesn't really match anything in the show in terms of size, but if you like large hole beads and you wanted to string this on leather, this is your go-to. So I put it in just because I was like, oh, but what if somebody likes it and there's only 3 bags left? So this is M291 with a large hole. So that wasn't related to being used here. If you're going to get SCSP 385, 385 is like a silvery gray with a slight lilac color to it. SCSP 385. You could put something. I'm going to save the bicone to show you with the rice because I like that idea.
Okay.
Oh, you could put something like this. This is a silver plated hex cube. This is M313. So it's nice to have a contrast in between. So you have something smooth and lustrous, and then you're like, oh, I want it to really look different from each other. You can pick something that has some facets on there, and it's not shiny. It is, you know, when you get the plated pewters, the plated brass, it has like a little bit more of a rustic feel to it. So even underneath the metal, you can see that the metals have more lines and grain on it. And that really has like, I don't know, like not an aging effect, but somehow it just makes it look more rustic. I know there's not much another word I can find right now, but that's the closest I can get. So that was something like that. That was M313. Okay, one of my favorites, like I said earlier, is rice. This is SCSP 367. 367. So the rice bead, sometimes when you put long and long shapes next to each other, it works. You know, you don't have to go long and short. Long next to long. And here is my sample. So this is an elongated bicone. And then I would just string this every other. So you could put like a rice-shaped bead, because I had some in another show. You could put, what do you call that? Silver. And it's really skinny. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, I can't remember what that silver is called. Does anyone remember what that silver is called? When it's small, small, small little tubes. Oh, my gosh. Jason stepped out. Maybe he'll come back. Yeah, you can tell I'm officially in my 50s. I'm like, I can't remember what that thing is called. So that cute little spacer is a long bicone. It is silver plated brass. It is M1094. It is M1094, $275 for 20 pieces. These are cute. Did I show them to you up close by itself? Here, let me put 3 on. Look how cute these are. Liquid silver. That's what it's called. Oh, thank God. Thank God I remembered in the next 4 minutes before the show's over. Okay, so that's what those little tubes are called. And if somebody commented, thank you so much for your comments, you guys, because I need you all here with me. So that is the long bicone to go with the rice. Then the last 3 strands in the show. Oh, I had something interesting to show you. This and this. Okay. So this is rhodium plated. This, they don't make these anymore. So this is the last of it, M863. This one is the one there is no more. Rhodium plated. Rhodium is a very expensive metal that you can put on top of a base metal, and it looks like silver, but it's no tarnish. It's one of the more precious metals, like up there with palladium, platinum, and so there's rhodium. Now these are plated. I think we've had them for a while. We only have like 6 bags. They're $5 for 10 pieces, M863. I think it's so cute because, well, the next time you see us carrying it or someone carrying it, it's probably not going to be rhodium but they have a diamond face and a tiny little dot in the center. Isn't that neat? So you can put that as a focal. You can string your entire bracelet and put one. Oh, I hope there's extra bags. I want to keep one and do that. This is SCSP 380, and that would be so nice. Not in focus. Here we go. Now, if you love pearls, give me lots of thumbs up and hearts because I love pearls, and it's early in the morning. I'm probably watching this with my pajamas on. Not sure if I share and tell. So this, again, has the most beautiful lustrous peacock on here. This is SCSP 348. These are $13. They're like a little squished nugget, like a little, they have some purple and brass colors and some bronze and some coppers. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Well, not indescribably tiny. They are about 4.5 to 5 millimeters. And then the super cute rice. These are SCSP 379. Only 5 strands. So these are visiting, you guys. Again, they are visiting. So the reason why we have them on sale, in case you missed me telling you in the other shows, which, go back and replay. So I'll make it a surprise. If you want to know why they're discounted, go and watch the another show. Why? I only have a minute and a half. So what I want to do is tell you about my earring project. I made these. This is M400. Never, I love them. They have little drops. So cute. So cute. I'm going to bring it up. I put them on the bottom because I wanted silver on the bottom of my earring. And the reason why you don't see it on anything is because you can, remember all the hoops I was showing you? You can just string it on a hoop and wear it. Or you can put it on an ear wire. I love the ability just to interchange things. Do you guys like interchanging? I'm sure you do, because interchangeable jewelry is the best. Now, if you want to come to my earring masterclass on August 5th, Jason and I are doing a 2-hour Zoom class. And I was like, ooh, I want to do this project. I want to make a frame. I showed it to Shelby and we discussed it, of 18 gauge wire. Then I want to put 3 of these square pearls in there. Now, if you're like, oh, I wanted some of these pearls, but I don't need a lot, you just needed a few, tell me, comment below, and then I can make a list. And if we have any, I will split the strands. Like if you only needed 6, no worries, because I can't guarantee your 6 are going to match. But if you want to split the strand with somebody on these, this was Gem 520, Gem 520. So if you're like, oh, I really want to split it, I don't need all those, but I want to make Jamie's earring in the master class. If you're not coming to the master class, it was free to people who bought the earring findings. Otherwise, it's $50. If you're buying something in this show and you want to come, you have to let us know so I can give you the Zoom link. It's on August 5th. So we will be working on projects and showing you everything we know. Well, I don't think we can fit everything we know in 2 hours, but we'll try. So the earring that I'm going to make is going to be a frame. And then I'm going to put these in here and attach it somehow to the frame. We'll figure that out when we have the Zoom, and hammer it out and make that. So that's going to be in the earring masterclass. So what I'm going to do is bag this up with my drawing and a note that says due on August 5th. That is it. Okay, 30 minutes. I'm a little bit over, so I'm going to end it and just say thank you so much for enjoying this time with us. Well, that was a little forward of me to assume you enjoyed it. So I will say thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy being here with you guys. It fires me up, especially because I get to have the time and the opportunity and the inspiration to talk as fast as I can and make jewelry as fast as I can to show you. You put my earring back in so we can say goodbye. Do not block my earring.